Why everybody hates Trippie Redd. We've talked about this before. It's because like he's beef with a lot of people like 6ix9ine, XXXTentacion. People think he bites Cardi. I actually think a lot of it is from his associations with people, and then even Juice WRLD, who like passed away, and so he didn't really end up on good terms with X. I don't think. I don't know if he ever got really back together with him, or maybe that was just Ski. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, yeah, I feel like now because of this opium fan base, they think that he's riding him. But again, Cardi was gonna sign him, so he definitely respects Trippie. Yeah, Trippie beef XXXTentacion. I think it had to do with, what is Corn Hub? What is that? Okay, so they squashed it in 2018. When did X die though? The squashing the beef comes after X benefit concert in Florida, where he gave a shout out to Trippie, calling the Ohio an amazing artist. I love you too, bro. When Trippie called X a pussy and said he would beat him up. Why? The threat came after Trippie claimed the changes rappers started hanging out with his enemy 6ix9ine because Trippie is a fan of Drake. Oh, right. Because Trippie was gonna hop on God's Plan, and then X was beefing with Drake for stealing the Look at Me flow. So that's why they were beefing. I don't think it was anything crazy. He died June 2018. Okay, so Trippie Redd got back together with X before, or at least they made amends before he passed away, which is good. Anyway, why everybody hates Trippie Redd?
Trippie Redd is one of the most hated artists right now. But why? To answer that question, we gotta...
And yes, it's proved by Mansion Music, where people weren't even listening to the album and they were already calling it trash, even though I actually like the album a lot. Although, you know, the sales don't necessarily equate to that, but it could just be because he's just not as relevant anymore. He's not where he was back in the day.
I go all the way back to when it all started. He first came in the game. I don't know if a lot of people remember, but I know I remember because I used to listen to Trippie heavy back in like 2017. So when he first blew up, the first thing everybody said about Trippie was he sound just
like Uzi.
Like Uzi. And
yeah,
at the time,
I did too.
I was so lost. I was like, bro, Trippie do not sound like Uzi. And to this day, I still don't think Trippie sound like Uzi. So I don't even know why people came up with that comparison. But for you to be getting compared to another artist,
I think he did sound like Uzi with the moaning, but it was way more grungy. So when you heard it more, you're like, you know what? This don't sound like Uzi because Uzi's more smooth vocals.
As soon as you get in the game, it's not good. And that right there really set a trend in Trippie's career, him getting compared a lot. And it was like not even a full year after he started getting all these comparisons to Uzi, something else happened that had people looking at bro crazy. X died. And I know y'all remember that whole X and Trippie era where they dropped one of, if not the biggest song.
Yeah, they have the biggest song on SoundCloud. So Trippie is a SoundCloud GOAT. I think people forget that too, that he's one of the biggest artists that came out of that generation. And the fact that he's still here, even if say Mansion Music didn't 55K or whatever, like most SoundCloud artists, like you don't even think about them to compare them to Trippie to make him look better because they fell off so bad that they just don't, they're not relevant in your head, you know? So the fact that he's even still here after, we're in 2023, so 6 years, we talk about this all the time, rapper lifetimes or lifespans, like career wise, is so small, like 1 to 3 years, bro. So to make it to 6, like he basically, you know, he made it. Like he's generational, if you will.
On SoundCloud, and they was real good friends, always together, always taking pictures. You know, they was locked in, like they were real cool. Around the time X passed away, you know, months leading up to it, X and Trippie started beefing. I remember this because I was on the live. Trippie was live, and out of nowhere, this nigga Trippie Redd was just like, I can't remember exactly. He was like X or woman beater or something crazy like that, and that started a whole beef between them.
X the same type of nigga. X too. He a bitch too. That nigga, he stole Ski Mask style. He stole my style. He just collided with his, like all these bro.
Like during the time leading up to X's.
Oh god damn, that's a harsh allegation, because I feel like X kind of he kind of, with the emo rap, like that was his own thing. He took a huge chance on 17 that nobody was really rapping on, that dropped on the same day as Love Is Rage 2. So before emo rap was even really that popular, and it was super soft, and it still got very good public perception. Maybe earlier on in his career though.
Death, Trippie just kept talking about him. And when X passed, Trippie got on social media and was like, bro, that's my brother. I can't believe my brother died. Rest in peace, my brother. And you know what came with that. Everybody was calling him corny. Everybody was calling him fake. Everybody was like, bro, you a snake. What are you talking about? How y'all was just beefing? Now y'all cool.
But they made amends, as we talked before we watched this video.
Now he your brother, but you were just calling him a woman beater. Like, you feel me? And like before, this set a trend in Trippie's career.
I also feel like when these rappers are beefing, especially earlier on in their career, like I think Trippie was like 17 or something. So same thing with X when they were beefing. So it's like they're still kids. Yes, they made it public by, you know, dissing each other, but there are times that you beef with your own homies, right? And you say something that's maybe a little bit too deep of a cut, but they're just famous. So it makes it seem like they're, I don't know, like they truly hate that person, but they're just trying to get one up on them.
Everybody looked at him like a cornball, even though he was just paying respect. You know how the internet is. And you know the thing about fame is that what the people think about you is really all that matters. When people looked at Trippie crazy, it tainted his name. But you probably thinking I'm missing something about 2018. I mean, it was 2018 for Trippie Redd. In the months leading up to this whole X situation, y'all know the infamous Trippie Redd versus 6ix9ine beef. Man, that was probably one of the craziest beef runs in hip hop ever. But they started beefing. They was always going back and forth.
I feel like Trippie came out on top on that, right? He was right the whole time about how he was bigger than 6ix9ine, and he's outlasted him. And he was saying that, you know, you a snitch and blah blah blah, and then look what happened. He was beefing with him before he snitched, so he was right. I don't know why people would hate him because of that.
Back and forth, but it was something different about this situation. 6ix9ine was a million times bigger than Trippie Redd. Even though honestly Trippie Redd got better music, 6ix9ine was the bigger artist, had more eyes on him. Whenever he said something,
that's because when Gummo came out, like that was a hit. I even still like that song, even though I hate the rest of 6ix9ine's music, because he's low-key just high-key just trash in music.
People ran with it. So anytime 6ix9ine would say something about Trippie, all the meme pages going right with it, all the Instagram comments going right with it. So,
but I feel like 6ix9ine kind of helped Trippie's career if he was beef. They were on the same label, right? So it was kind of orchestrated, maybe not, but at the same time, remember Trippie was getting a percentage. I don't know what it was of 6ix9ine's career, since the finder's fee that signed him to 10K projects. So it was like a win-win-win for Trippie. Beefing with 6ix9ine, who's way bigger than him. Sure, they're clowning you, but the negative publicity always turns into positive publicity, baby.
When 6ix9ine says something, everybody just going along with it, making Trippie look worse. And then to add that X situation on top of it, made Trippie look even crazier. And look, even though in 2018, I think Trippie dropped his best project, Love Letter to You 3, it didn't really stop the hate. It might have suppressed it for a little bit, but Trippie messed up in 2019. 2019 was a rough year for Trippie, man. At the start of the year, he ain't dropped no music, right? And it was like the hate was still there.
Is he gonna talk about exclamation point?
But it wasn't as bad. People was just kind of not thinking about Trippie. He wasn't really dropping no music or nothing. He was standing out the scene until he dropped the album exclamation point. That album.
Yeah, bro. People were hating that album. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever gotten back to that album once.
Album hurt Trippie career so.
Actually, I beg to differ. Maybe is there a song called like Lil Wayne on there? Let me see. There gotta be, cause I do recognize the what's it called? The cover art, like in my Spotify. Like I can just feel it, like the photographic memory that I have. Like yeah, see, I like I like Under Enemy Arms, I think, and Lil Wayne. Yeah, those songs are not bad. But this album like was not that solid throughout. Riot was good too. Continuing though.
Bad. The album came out.
Immortal. Yeah, I like Immortal too. I Try. Yeah, that was an overhated album. I don't know why. Again, maybe this guy's right. People just fucking hate Trippie Redd for some reason.
Thought it was dog shit. Niggas did not like that album. A lot of people still say that's Trippie's worst album of all time. Niggas was hating so much that really put Trippie in a bad spot. And to make it all worse, right? So when this album came out, it had a Cardi feature, right? And everybody on the internet.
See, it always goes back to Cardi. So Cardi was on They Afraid of You as the feature. And then they took that song off, so that probably made people think that Cardi didn't mess with Trippie like that. And so then there begins the subconscious hate, whereas Cardi fans again think that he's just always biting Cardi. And you know, sometimes he's wearing like the Ricks and like the black suit, but regardless, yeah, man, it always comes back to Cardi.
Internet was saying that's the best song on the album.
You can't be a popular artist if you're friends with Cardi, because he just got the bigger cult. They're gonna hate on you no matter what.
Everybody said the song with Cardi was the best song on the album, best verse on the album. They said Cardi had the best verse on the album, better than anything Trippie.
He did. Cardi's verse on that song was crazy. I don't know why he didn't like that mix. Like, it's I don't get it.
Did on that project. And before the first week of the album was up, the Cardi song.
If Cardi was on the album, it might not have gotten so much hate. Like if it didn't get ripped from the album the first week, maybe the numbers would have been better. I don't know.
Some reason got took off the album. And you know what the internet do best? Came up with shit like I done said in plenty of my other videos. So when that song got took off the album, everybody was like, oh, Trippie jealous. He jealous that Cardi had the best verse on the album. He was like, he jealous Cardi got the best song on the album. And so Trippie got mad and took it off. And that's what a lot of people believe to this day. And I don't think that's true. I don't think Trippie Redd would take the best selling song on his album off. The song that's bringing you the most streams, the most sales, you gonna take that off because you jealous? And like, be realistic. Do it make sense for Trippie to take the best selling song off his album? So you cutting your money down because you mad a nigga got a verse better than you? I don't think that's what happened, but that's what the world thinks happened. And once again,
but Trippie came out and said Cardi took it off because of the mix. But I think it was like months after.
People look at him like a cornball, and that just brought more disrespect to his name. After what the world thinks is his worst album in the beginning of 2020, he put himself in something he ain't have no business being in. So y'all remember when 2020 first came along and goddamn Corvette, y'all remember that? Pop Hunter, the nigga that made that Corvette song, when he first blew up, everybody really thought he was next up. Like, he had a Uzi feature, he had a project he just came out with. Soon after releasing that project with Uzi and Tusi on it, it came out that he snitched when he was 14 years old, and that changed everything for him. That literally changed.
Yeah, where did he go, man? He blew up so fast, got the Uzi feature. That should just prove that the snitching does affect your career. I know people saying like he's still gonna be cool, he's still gonna get streams. Yeah, but it's not gonna be anywhere where it used to be, because now people won't want to work with him. That goes for Uzi, Future, all the people that were messing with him before. They're not gonna even collab with him. And associations are so big in hip hop, because that's why people listen to your music, because like they think you're cool. It's not necessarily fully about the music. Like Cardi, even, right? People think Opium's cool, so they're gonna listen to literally anybody that signs to his label.
The like whole trajectory of his career. After the Paperwork came out, Uzi was talking to bro and was like, I don't want to be in your album, you gotta take me off. So he took the Uzi song off. But the song that didn't get took off was the Tusi feature. Basically, Tusi was like, I don't care about him snitching. That's not my business, nigga. All I was trying to do was make some money. He paid me for this feature, I hopped on the song. That's all Tusi said. But for some reason, Trippie Redd decided to DM Tusi, talking about you made a song with a snitch. You know you cool with a rat. You made this song with a rat. And Tusi was basically like, nigga, I don't care. Like, this not your business. Like, why are you putting yourself in my business? Stay over there, do what you do. And
I don't think Trippie really did anything. I remember that whole beef going on. I made a video about it where Trippie was just letting him know, like, yo, you probably telling him like, yo, you might want to think about ripping your feature off, kind of like how Uzi did, or just stop responding to him. I don't know what Uzi ended up doing. I think there was another song maybe that Uzi was on, but because Pop Hunter was from Philly. But yeah, maybe Trippie was just trying to let him know, like, yo, if you didn't know, he was a snitch, so think about your next business moves.
And once again, like I said at the start of the video, that cornball shit became a trend. After that came out, everybody was calling Trippie a cornball again. And myself, even though I think a lot of the hate Trippie gets undeserved, that shit was deserved. Why are you putting yourself in another grown man business? That was really some cringe cornball shit. I swear to God, that was so corny. Then I think it's just,
yo, we gotta look this up. Trippie read 2C DMs. It's probably in Google Images, right? See, that's my thumbnail. We top 10K views. God damn, that was when your boy was still, I probably had like 30K subs or something.
It's more than him just being corny to people. His music different. He don't make like generic rap music. You know, he always had the little rock aesthetic. He always brought the rock in his music in. I hate to admit it, but the rap community do not like change. If you do something different, you getting hated on. Being honest, y'all know that's how the rap game goes. And when his music sounding different, people gonna look at his sales different. And the thing with Trippie and his albums, the sales always be random. Like one album, he'll sell 100K. Next album, he'll sell 60K. Next album, he'll sell 85K. Next album, he'll sell 50K. It's always so random with Trippie albums. You can't expect a certain amount of sales from Trippie, but that don't matter in the rap game, bro. They gon' clown you. That's one thing a rapper will get picked on about, they album sales. But I think the treatment Trippie get is way worse than what these other rappers get. If Trippie sell low on the album, the whole internet is clowning him. But if another rapper sell low, the internet might clown him a little bit, but not as bad as Trippie. Like when he dropped his 2020 album, Pegasus.
I also think that Trippie brings attention to the first week sales because I think he went on live and or on a story and was like, yo, he was clowning, I think it was Koi or like C-list rappers who were selling combined less than him. And whenever you start talking sales like that, then people start thinking of, like, whenever you fall off or like you get low numbers, they're gonna let you know because you were talking mad shit when somebody else got low numbers. But also because he was so big at one point, like he was hitting 100K. So if you're hitting 100K and you're so up, of course, what people love to see, they always like to see a downfall. That's why there's so many downfall YouTube videos. They do.
And it sold 60K.
Oh yeah, he also said he was a timeless artist. True. And timeless means like it's never gonna fall off.
Hey, niggas clowned him so bad, even though the last album he dropped sold 100K plus and went #1. Like, bro, it just keep getting worse, man. All throughout 2022, the clone comments came back, but this time it wasn't about Uzi.
For who is it? Is it gonna be Cardi?
It was about his partner, Cardi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm being completely honest. Around this time, Trippie definitely was looking just like Cardi.
Yeah. He was wearing like the makeup and whatever. And even if he wasn't cloning him, I say this all the time, like, yo, if you're a big artist and you're trying to do something big, like I don't know, like switch up your aesthetic or become a new what's the word, like character for an artist, don't even get close to the Vamp theme because they're gonna call you Cardi. So don't stop wearing black, stop wearing Rick Owens, because that is Cardi's aesthetic. Even if you had no influence from him, it's gonna happen. So yeah, stay clear from it.
One way he wasn't like Cardi was this concert right here. This concert right here was for his newest album that I'm gonna talk about in a second. So basically, Trippie came out at this show. They said he was 3 hours late, and when he got on stage, he didn't have no stage presence. It was just dead. It was boring. Niggas was like really booing him, talking about like they want their money back. When Trippie Redd first announced his newest album, Mansion Music, right? He set himself up to get clowned. This nigga Trippie Redd dropped a 25-song album, and every single song had a feature except 2. The album
Yo, that's true though. Like, you're setting yourself up to get hated on when you get so many features. It's kind of like my criticism for Nav. I kind of had to eat my words for that because I did like Trippie's album. Although again, I think that on the contrary, Trippie actually bodied everybody on that album that featured on his project, even like Travis, Future. Actually, Future did his thing, so I don't think he bodied him, but like all the other features. But Nav, like he doesn't, like he gets carried by the features, but Trippie definitely gets more sales from the features. So
album had that many songs and that many features, right? If the album sold 100K plus, he would get clowned and people would say he only sold that much.
That's true. It's a lose-lose situation. If he got high sales, they would say, oh, it's because you got all these features. And then if he got low sales, which he got lower sales this time, they're gonna be like, damn, you had this many features and it still sold that?
It's because of the features. And if it do bad, which it look like it's finna do, it's look like it's finna sell 50K with features from deadass the entire industry, he was gonna get clowned. It was a lose-lose situation. No matter what Trippie did in that situation, he was gonna lose. He was gonna get clowned regardless. And to make it worse, the album is 25 songs.
And they leak always, so that sets him up for failure too.
I wish rappers would stop doing that. Summer's just announced the album that he most likely not dropping Friday. That got 25 songs on it. Why? Why is y'all dropping that many songs? That's way too many, and it's gonna make niggas not want to listen to it. Like, bro, I swear to God, the other day I was in the car with my cousin. I'm playing the Trippie album. He like, I ain't even listen to it yet. I'm like, bro, why? I'm like, bro, the album hard. Why you ain't listen to it yet? Bro said, I swear, this nigga said the album too long. He looked at that album and said, hell no, he did not want to listen to it. Too many songs. Y'all niggas just putting niggas off with these.
Nah, that's true. If it's an artist I don't really mess with, if an album's 25 tracks, like I'm like, nah, because if it's 25 tracks, the first couple are gonna be intros to ease you into it. The middles kind of get some hype, and then the end is gonna ease you off into, you know, like the outro. But if it's like a, let's say 11 song EP or something, like I'll be like, okay, I'll give it a try. It won't take up an entire 2 weeks just to listen to an entire project and gauge my opinion on it. Because 25 track albums most definitely always have filler, no matter who it is.
Long ass albums. It is not the first time I done said this. I said this is a preview.
And Lil Z, we already talked about The Ransom. It's on the second channel if you want to go check it out.
This video. Personally, I don't think the album was bad, but most of the internet clowned Tripp for it, which was gonna happen regardless. And even though Trippie done did a lot that deserved and didn't deserve backlash, I think he is overhated. Trippie done did a lot for the rap game. He got one of the biggest songs of all time. Literally, a lot of people don't respect him for that. They don't respect him as being one of the SoundCloud goats. He don't get treated how Uzi and Carter get treated, which I can understand. He hasn't done like as much as them, but still, I think he deserves some respect, and I do think he getting a little too much hate. What if his career was different though? Like my last video, what would King Von's life be like if he was still alive?
Okay, that was a nice call to action. But yeah, I agree. Trippie Redd is an OG. He's a SoundCloud goat that people forget about. Fuck Love. I even forget about that song. So if I'm forgetting about it, I'm a Trippie fan. The Trippie haters definitely do not consider that, because that still might be the top song on SoundCloud, at least in hip hop, because I think BTS passed them. But you know how K-pop stans are. Like they'll just listen to that song on mute throughout their on repeat while they're sleeping, so that it surpasses, just so that they can say, I don't even know what the accomplishment is in that, to be honest. I don't know what to tell them. Trippie just need a hit. Yeah, I think he had a couple songs on Hot 100 Billboard. I think we tweeted that. It was like Crazy Train, but they were all ones with Future, like Travis Scott, the Lil Baby one, Nightcrawler. I think they got on Billboard, but again, it was just because of the big features. I don't necessarily know if they got all too much organic hype. I think the Lil Baby one got on Rap Caviar, again, just because of the name, because the Lil Baby feature was trash. So I don't understand why they would put it on there, only because of Lil Baby. They know people are just gonna listen to it because of Lil Baby, for only that reason. Even though I feel like Baby's gonna fall off the next couple of years though. It's repetitive as hell. But if he gets a big hit, like something like Dark Knight Dummo, or like, let's see, Miss the Rage was supposed to be that, but he just waited way too long. Although it's still doing well, like 388 million streams on Spotify. Like he's still doing his thing. Look at that. Topanga. Yeah, Topanga. Although I feel like, yeah, it's been a little bit, he's had less solid albums. He's gotten away from his roots of pop. You know, Life's a Trip. It had bird shit on it, right? That song was crazy. Bang. Like it kind of had a lighter feel to it. Trippie wasn't like a dark kind of guy until more recently, but dark is the new, again, because of opium and whatever, like dark is just cooler now. Yeet, doing drugs, being addicted, losing your life, risking it for the streets. Pause.